Mhm. Live stream. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Let's go.
All right, looks like we're live.
Yeah. Hi, hello, hello. Today
Hi.
we are having a great conversation with Dina Chmut, and she is a wedding photographer. Dina, how are you doing?
Amazing. I live in Orange County, California, and it's sunny and beautiful outside. So happy to hop on this call and share with people what we're doing.
It's amazing. Look, I want people to know a little bit your story, how you started. I know you are very, very popular wedding photographer. How did it shift in your mind that you, besides what is your main profession, can add something else like a travel business in your life? Because in my surrounding, there are so many photographers, and
Yeah.
and I want you to share how did you find this opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me today, Ilona. I'm grateful to be here. So, I started photographing weddings in 2008, so 17 years ago. And in the beginning, it was very hard. I didn't know what I was doing. It took me forever. But finally, I locked in and figured out how to get my dream clients and everything. So, all of that work, I was shooting weddings all around the world, doing workshops in Italy, Paris, just everything. But photographing weddings for so long, obviously, like any job, you go, you work, you get paid. And if you want to get paid again, you have to go work again. And I always heard people talk about things like residual income, passive income, but I had no idea what they were talking about and what kind of business could give them this. And for me, it was like a mystery. I didn't really have a contact or anyone who was doing this. So I just heard about it and was kind of wondering. And then last summer, I was looking at my schedule and I realized that I only had a few weddings in June and July, which is not normal for me. Normally, that's my busy summer season. Wedding season is usually late spring, summer, early fall, and I'm like booked out. But last year was not the case, and it was really strange. So, it kind of made me start thinking. And I really feel like this is one of those situations where God let me get a little uncomfortable. He got me to be uncomfortable because something needed to change in my life. And if I was continuing to stay busy forever, why would I ever need to change anything? If money's flowing, clients are there, I could just do this for the next how many years. But it really got me thinking. I sat down and was like, okay, I've been doing this for 17 years. A couple more, we're at 20 years of doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not building toward anything passive. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing this for another 17 years. I'm not going to be a wedding photographer for half my life. Not only is it physically so difficult and all the time behind the scenes that people don't see, but I'm not building anything lasting and a legacy that I could like leave my kids. I'm not getting passive anything. I love to travel, and a lot of my clients covered my travel to travel around the world to photograph them. But I wanted to travel because I could travel to relax, not to work. And I wanted to
Exactly.
travel with my kids and not just go on these work trips. All my travel was always around a work trip. And so I obviously made the best of it. I would go to whatever destination it was and do the shoot and stay and make a trip out of it because I think that's kind of obvious. Anyone would do the same. But and I'm really thankful for all the opportunities. I'm not saying that went over my head. I know that a lot of people love to do this and get paid to take photos, something I'm passionate about. But the one thing that this business didn't offer me was passive income. And when I started analyzing everything last summer, I started praying about it and I asked God to give me a business on the side. I didn't even say anything travel. I didn't say passive. I just said, give me a business that you know I would be good at. And I know that if God's hand is on it, it's going to go well. But if it's just me, who knows how it will go. And I was sharing with a friend of mine from church. He's a wedding videographer too. And I said, like, let me know if any opportunities come up with work. And he told me, you should talk to my mom. She's in this new travel business thing. And I was like, okay. Like, I literally did not even put two and two
It's
together.
not very popular yet in California, right?
No, no.
It's great opportunity for everyone who is watching from California
Yeah,
because East Coast is already like in Miami. Every second person is a travel business owner. Yesterday I was at the concert. I met five travel business owners, and three of them were my partners.
that's
Some
crazy.
people came to me at the karaoke and said, "Oh, remember that travel business you spoke about? I am also in travel business." So, like everybody, I'm like, okay. So it's getting to California. So if you are guys
Yeah,
watching from California, use the opportunity. Not like every single Peter and George is already a travel business owner. Use it. Jump
yeah.
in first.
It's so true. Nobody here is doing this. And people are like, how haven't I heard about this yet? I was like, I wish I found out 10 years ago. And it's kind of started on the East Coast and making its way across. And the Slavic community is pretty tight. So finally, things are moving to the West Coast, which is strange because usually we're more ahead of things here.
Excuse me.
Um,
Yes.
you know what I mean? I'm like, nobody here has heard of it. They're like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking about? Why haven't I heard of this? Or they've
Mhm.
heard of a different company, but it's not the same as what we're doing. So people kind of think like all travel companies are the same, but they're not.
Excuse
So
me, we are top 25 companies in the world. We
yeah.
are very strong and big, over 145,000 agents in 22 countries partnered
Mhm.
and growing. This
Yeah.
is the most important thing, that and growing. And today, by the way, is the day birthday of the president and CEO of the company, Mr. Bradley. So
That's
everybody is
amazing.
congratulated because he helped people not only book travel but also make it on the other side of creating residual income. You have
Mhm.
kids, right? You
Yeah.
have kids.
I have
So
two teenagers.
you have two teenagers. I have kids too. So this is the most important thing also. Not only use this business to show them the world, to travel, because I'm sure when you did your wedding photography, you couldn't take with you kids that would be stick around while you are working, right?
Yeah.
You would be able to do it while you are booking what you want to do, go into the country or place where you want to go.
Yeah.
And thanks to this business, you can do it. You can pick the country, pick the place, and take all your family to
Yeah.
travel with you. But the most important that thanks to this business, you can pay regular bills. You can pay mortgage, you can pay car, you can pay because residual bills are choking people, and it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And also create the legacy for your kids. God forbid
Hmm.
something happens to you, you know that you will have this pledge that is
Hmm.
beneficiary is going to be your kids and you, and I have it
Yeah.
on the wall already, and you are coming there too. You're you're very close. So that is another reason why people are starting and doing it, just because they don't plan to work all their life for.
Right. Yeah,
Because
I would love
me,
to retire before I'm 45 and leave my kids a trust. And this is a form of inheritance. This what you're talking about, this notarized legal document, everything that we are working towards once you become a director. Just for those of you who are listening who don't know what we're talking about, once we become a director in this business, which means your team is of 100 people, you get a notarized document that you could put anybody's name on there. If something were to happen to you, who gets this money that you're making every month passively? It doesn't just disappear, it doesn't go away. If something happens to me, it's going to my kids. And I know that they will be taken care of. I'm not working toward nothing. if I shoot a wedding, I get paid and that's it. My kids don't benefit in any way. But if I'm working hard here, I'm still going to work, might as well work towards something substantial. If I'm working hard here and I'm building passive, I know my kids will benefit off of it and so will their kids. It's like a generational legacy that I'm building. It's not just for me. And that really does mean a lot.
I remember another thing. Of course, it's great to have money today, right away, right? You shoot the wedding, you get paid, but those money you can't save up much, and it's not coming every month, and it's not
Hmm.
guaranteed. Let's assume people decide not to marry anymore. So what? What are we going to take picture of?
Hmm.
And during COVID, I'm sure there were no so many weddings
Yeah.
happening. And at the same moment, I have a lot of people that believe that, oh, my business is going to last forever. Maybe not.
Right.
Maybe it's something. But did you ever see empty airport, empty stadium, empty resort? No,
Yeah.
because people are traveling, and it's $9 trillion industry and becoming 15 trillion in 10 years.
Yeah.
And this is something that people are doing anyway. So,
Right.
how did you combine the wedding? Did your clients that were, I saw, by the way, beautiful pictures that you are taking
Thank
of the wedding.
you.
When they reach out to you for the wedding photography, do they also now do you offer them the honeymoon? You can arrange the wedding and all of that. Can you share a little bit?
Yeah, of course. When people reach out for me to photograph their weddings, I also tell them, like, hey guys, even if the wedding photography for whatever reason doesn't work, budget, availability, there's always something. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I can still book them their hotel honeymoon. And I'll tell them, let me know if you'd like me to check prices for a honeymoon for you. Sometimes people will reach out and message me and be like, hey, I'm getting married in 2 months and I need a honeymoon to Hawaii. Can you book me a hotel room? Easy, no problem. I just get their budget, what they like, send it to them. I literally have someone in Hawaii right now on a honeymoon. I didn't shoot their wedding, but people know me in the wedding world. And all of these people are getting married. They have to book their honeymoon somewhere. So instead of going to Expedia, they're coming to me and I'm taking care of them. And not only for commission purposes, but they are getting advice from someone who knows what they're talking about. Like these guys have never been to Hawaii before. I have been to Hawaii many times. I could recommend hotels where I have personally been to, and I could vouch for them that it's a good, going to be a great stay for them, especially for a honeymoon. So I've even connected with wedding planners. Wedding planners are a hidden gem in the wedding industry because think about it. Wedding planners oftentimes plan weddings out of state, out of where they live, and people coming to these weddings are often destination. So they will have room blocks. So we get commission for every room. Imagine if you're a wedding planner and you have 50 rooms. You get commission on every single room when people come in and book them. They're going to book them anyway. You get a room block with the hotel. The clients fly in, they book it without your help. But this is something that wedding planners are able to now offer as services to their clients. Hey, in addition to me planning your wedding, I could also help plan your honeymoon. They already trust them, they like their taste. It's just like another way that they could branch out and bring in even more income into their business.
We even had the training on wedding bookings, and I went to Mexico and I had five destinations, five hotels where they showed us wedding location, how the room of the bride is gonna look, how the spa area where only bride's room is located, all these arcs on the wedding on the beach, wedding on the pool, wedding on the glass of the pool,
Yeah.
in different locations. And all of that, we are getting trained as a travel advisors. And that was one of my most beautiful trips because it was a familiarization trip for me to sell weddings, to know better how to
Hmm.
service my clients. And you, I'm sure,
Yeah.
can work with who florists that are already servicing weddings, wedding planners. They can be also travel advisors because they can book also transfers, even helicopter. Yesterday, I was going through the Monaco education, and there is a helicopter that you can book from the airport to the location. And if you
Yeah.
have wedding booked not only Hawaii, you can book it worldwide. You can book it in Jamaica. You can in this beautiful resort with the heart. Um, so many opportunities. Why just keep only one profession when you can crisscross business and
Yeah.
add more, add
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, I'm doing my photography business still full time. This is my main source of income as I build this travel business. It hasn't replaced what I make in photography, but that's the goal. And I'm able to do this travel business on the side in my free pockets of time throughout the day when I can. So I'm not having to quit photography until I'm ready to just scale back and shoot less. I'm able to do this in addition to that because it's in my own free time at home. I am not working for somebody. I make my own schedule. Like I could do this call with Ilona because I'm at home. I'm not at a job working in an office. So it's a great way and a great resource to make that money on both sides of the business, both growing your team, making passive income, and selling travel. So I look at it as now money. So if I'm booking travel, that's now money, and I'll get the payout after the trip. Building my team is for future money. And we are able to do both. And I feel like over time, one or the other will naturally grow, but no one is going to tell you what to do. You can choose however you like. That's the beauty of this business. The travel industry is so big. We're always learning, we're always getting educated. All of the resources are provided, education, training, community, whatever you need. Like, how many group chats do you want? We have
And
many.
that business brought me so many great people
Yeah.
in my surrounding in different
Mhm.
states. Now I feel like, oh, I know I can go somewhere and meet even my business partners somewhere on another side of the world. Like I
Yeah.
flew last year to London to meet my business partners. Now I have a reason to go to London because I have a business partners there. So
That's amazing.
I'm telling my husband, I need to attend this conference because it is in London, and London is the capital of Great Britain, and I need to visit and meet my business partners.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like,
amazing.
okay, one more reason for you to travel. Now with this. And the other thing is right now I have a couple that they just reached out to me and they are going on the first cruise in their life because I am a cruise specialist, so that is mostly my thing. But I do Mexico, Dominican, all inclusives, Europe, but cruises is my favorite. And they are going to do the wow renewals. 20 years they've been
Wow.
there. They're gonna celebrate it on the cruise. So there is another department in the cruise industry that I have to reach out and arrange for them that. And a welcome process champagne, or sweets and something like that. And this, I feel like when I'm preparing, I feel like I'm going on that vacation. Like
That's
I'm gonna
amazing.
it is. And then now I have another couple. They are young. They are like 20, 25 years old. And they are right now on the other cruise. And they said, we don't want something super overpriced, but we want something nice. And I could upgrade them to the balcony room, even though the budget was not much, but we could reach and made the balcony room because it's also the not very first cruise. So I wanted
Yeah.
them experiences great instead of
Right.
sitting in the walk-in closet and not to see what where are you.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. People don't realize how much pull that travel advisor has, that they could get you something you may not be able to get for yourself. Like you have opportunities to be able to enhance and make their trip so much better.
Exactly. And like people ask Facebook, where is the front of the ship? Where is the back of the ship? Do I have to be on the which deck? They ask Facebook instead of just becoming a travel advisor, and you will learn it all because we have education from vendors. Every single company that is providing us services has education. I am already certified by so many vendors. Like just recently, I finished the Uniparks right now, and it's constant education if you want to. You don't have to,
Yeah.
because I do real estate. I also do travel business in my pockets of time. More my main source of income, and that is paying my bills. Is real estate because it's a lump sum chunk of change. But everybody who is selling house or buying house, they also travel. So they
Hmm.
sold the house. They said, "Oh, we got some cash. Should we go on vacation?" I said, "Of course, you got your cash. You should go. I can book you some nice vacation." And
Hmm.
this is the beauty of it. You mix and combine, and it doesn't make you less professional in the area that you are. Like, it doesn't make me less professional realtor.
Yeah.
I have a travel agency. Excuse me. Me or my team or my partners can book for you any vacations. And if I don't do that particular direction, I have people in my company that are specializing in exactly this. Somebody is
Hmm.
good in Alaska, somebody good in that. You don't have to be good in everything, but you
Yeah.
can leverage what you already have. And in your team, there is somebody is a specialist on the
Yeah.
parks or weddings, and this is the beauty of it. You don't
Yeah, I
have to
feel like
do,
you
yeah.
can bring more value to your existing clients with something that they didn't even realize you could help them with. It's like
Mhm.
the little things people all assume, like, well, I just booked my own trip because I thought you have to pay a travel agent. And we're like, no, I'm educating people. We don't have an additional fee. But that's just a general assumption because people don't know how things work. And they're like, well, obviously she's not doing it for free. I don't want to have to pay. People don't even ask how much does it cost. They just assume it costs a lot and they'll do it themselves, not realizing we could help them get a great trip, sometimes a better price, just all the things that we have to offer. It's kind of like in the photography space. People are like, yeah, I heard that you quit photography. Without even asking, did I quit? Am I still there? Am I still shooting? They just assumed and never reached out and hired someone else. And they were like, I really wanted you, but I thought you quit. I'm like, girl, why don't you just ask? So people just sometimes are not sure. And I tell everybody, like, sometimes I feel like a broken record how many times I have to repeat something. Hey guys, we don't charge a fee. Hey guys, I didn't quit photography. Whatever the thing is that you see coming up, like, we constantly have to educate the masses, as they say.
I was even thinking that most of the time wedding photography is they don't have kids yet, right? So you can have on your box or on your thing QR code from Virgin Voyages. If they scan the QR code, they can book their trip, and they and you get commission just
Yeah,
while you are there. And
it's
maybe
true.
you can give them some, I don't know,
Yeah.
discount. If they book from you, you can give them discount for the next photo shoot. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, whatever people need to start building a clientele base, give people value to come work with you. And I see like travel business is repeat clients. Maybe people won't buy a lot of houses in real estate. They will not get married more than once in my company, but they'll take more than one trip. So if they have one good trip, they'll come back again and again and tell everybody about you as well. So that's the beauty of this business, having repeat clients. They have one great experience. They'll tell their friends, oh my gosh, literally last week, someone reached out, can you book me a hotel in Cancun? I was like, sounds good. I found them $800 less than what was available online. They were like,
They
OMG, I want to take my whole family. I want to take all of us. So and instead of her booking a room, she booked it and so did three other people. So they end up booking four rooms because the rate was so much better than what was available publicly. They all booked it and then the price went up the next day, $350 each. So
Whoa.
it was amazing for them. Like they weren't planning on this. It just worked out great. And if she would have never reached out and asked, they wouldn't have saved that money. So I always tell people like what's the worst thing that could happen if you ask some questions? You don't have to book, but you'll feel taken care of. People will give you advice and answer questions that people have if especially if they don't travel a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we decided last year, I remember I said, listen, we are gonna go finish school and why don't we take a cruise? And we decided, okay, let's book and this cruise like exactly in June when kids are finishing school. And then I said to my husband, listen, what if every single parent in our class also is tired of going doing homework and doing all of that? Let's put in the group chat of the parents, guys, we are going on the cruise. Would you like to go and have a graduation cruise with us? And they're like, yay, let's do it. And I had 8 more staterooms booked just because
Wow,
we decided to go and I offered
that's
in
awesome.
the parent community. And they said, and I found a great price. And I was not charging any extra fees because my commission was already included. So I
Hmm.
booked my room. I helped others to get great deals because they had a very good sale at this moment. And people got board credit, $50 per stateroom, because it was a good promo from our company. Everybody happy. We came
Yeah,
back, we created memories,
yeah,
and I would like to repeat it again and again.
yeah, that's awesome.
My another friend, she's a realtor. She booked first. She found a great deal on Christmas cruise, and she booked it for herself. Then she called her kids. Kids said, "Oh, we want to go with you." Then kids' friends said, "Hey, we want." They have adult kids. The kids' friends said, "Hey, we want to go. How much is it?" She's like, "Oh, the deal is right now. You put only this deposit is only 200, and then you have to pay it in September." So meanwhile, while she was boasting to everybody that she just put deposit and she's going on this fabulous cruise, half of the friends realtors also booked the same cruise just
That's
because
so
they want.
awesome.
So you are not pushing the business. You are
Yeah.
sharing them the business that, oh, guys, I'm going. Would you like to go? Sometimes people say, hey, how did you do it? Are you gonna be paid? Are you gonna get paid? I want to do the same. Then only you say, yes, here's the opportunity. By the way, tonight we have an info call. So you guys, if
Mhm.
you are watching us, we have 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have an info call. So write directly to Dina or me, and we will send you the invitation link
Yeah.
for you to get registered and listen to the information. It's gonna be very short and quick and gonna be a Q&A session in the end, but you will know what are we talking about and why are we so inspired and happy. Because we want everybody to know, educate. This is the only purpose,
Yeah.
to educate people around that everything you book is already commissionable and all you need to do, put yourself between the vendor and the consumer price and get your commission so you entitled to extra money in your family budget.
Yeah. Something cool that I didn't know before I found this business was every single time I was booking a trip somewhere online, the platform was getting commission. Nobody knows that until they're in the travel business. And I actually asked chat. Expedia is one of the platforms that everybody uses. It's super popular.
10
I was using
years
it
I'm
too.
Expedia girl.
Yeah,
I was
same.
always Expedia.
Yeah. In 2025 alone, Expedia made 13.9 billion in commission. Think of all the other platforms that are out there who are also getting billions in commission because
Yeah.
people realize that travel agents, travel advisors, we could be getting these commissions instead. And so we're all giving it to Expedia. And so it's obviously a very competitive platform, but even with that, we're still oftentimes able to get a better rate.
The beauty of it is that we have a special travel agent portal on Expedia where there's the difference. And
Yes.
I never knew there is another side. Is that, like being a photographer and being a model. I've been model all my life. For 17 years, I've been model. So, and you being a photographer, so beautiful photographer that you could be a model as well. But it's different thing being
Yeah.
on this side or the other. So when I jumped from consumer side to the side of actually travel provider of the selling travel, I was shocked how much commission I missed. The
Yeah.
vacations that I booked anyway,
I
they had
know.
so much commissions, and I
Yeah.
told my husband like, we could get it for this amount. We went to this Ritz-Carlton in Hawaii. We spent $10,000. We could get 1,500 back only in commissions. And every
Yeah.
time people come to vacation, they said, "Oh, we just booked this vacation." I said, "Okay, cool. How much are you getting? How much are you getting back?" They're like, "What do you mean?" Nothing. You are getting expense. You are getting
Yeah.
bill, and this
Yeah.
is your expense. If it was your business, excuse me, you are actually going on the trip to check if the hotel is really good, if the food is really good,
I want
if
to
the
know.
yeah, if the kids are gonna sleep well on those beds. And
Yes.
this way, you not only having a travel trip, you also have it as a business. And every single picture or that people post on Instagram or Facebook, oh, look what I'm eating, look what this is why my morning coffee. Every single picture can bring you money because you can book the same resort for others instead of
Yes.
just being free radio saying to the world how great your life is. Sell
Yeah.
this hotel, sell what
Yeah. You're already going, you're already taking the photos, might as well benefit off of that financially. You can monetize on things you are already doing. Booking the trip is one thing, but having it as a deduction, not complaining.
talk to your accountant about that. By the way, I have several accountants already in the business, and they know what we're talking about. And they know that every trip is not only the trip just to spend money, but it's also there is an opportunity for you to talk with your accountant about that as
Yes.
well.
About the benefits for sure.
Exactly. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're super busy, and I have to take my kids to the dancing as well. So between the busy lives, what we have in photography, with kids, with jobs, it is very important to find that moment, pockets of time to put it in travel business added to your life. Why? Because it's like sugar. You add it to milk, to coffee, to water, it will just make your life better.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Ilona.
Dina. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Have a good day.
You too.